Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain TXP, and today is the 31st of October 2023, and the price of Bitcoin and global cryptocurrency market is definitely looking good, but it's going to be really interesting to see what is going on in the Middle East. And unfortunately, guys, Jerome Powell most likely will be announcing the interest rate hike, and I do feel that news will definitely have a very strong impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now guys, all the way from UK, we have some massive update which has to do with stablecoins, and looks like the UK government are definitely looking forward to stablecoins, and they've gone ahead and released regulations, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss that. Now look guys, so far as UK is concerned, it is really important to know that Andrew Bailey, who's the governor of the Bank of England, he's not a massive fan of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, but he's been a massive fan of stablecoins, and if you've been following his work, he's always said positive things regarding stablecoins. So in UK and Europe, and most likely in other countries, we might see the UK regulations being adopted. So we'll definitely go ahead and very briefly touch base on this. And guys, look, since the last few months, there is massive news circulating regarding Bitcoin Spot ETF. And quite a lot of different companies have gone ahead and applied for Bitcoin Spot ETF. Now the news that I'll be covering today is regarding VanEck, and they have decided to go ahead and amend the Bitcoin Spot ETF. And we'll go ahead and discuss what does this mean so far as the approval of Bitcoin Spot ETF is concerned. And guys, listen, since the last few months, I've been noticing that the dominance of Bitcoin is definitely picking up. And to be honest, guys, since the last 3 years or maybe 4 years, the dominance of Bitcoin has been the highest. It has barely crossed 50% mark in the past, but since the last few weeks, Bitcoin's dominance has been crossing the 50 or 53% mark as well. And we also have some really interesting metrics regarding Bitcoin blockchain, which has to do with the number of transactions that are over $100,000. And looks like Bitcoin is definitely being used, but they are definitely being used for a larger amount. So we'll definitely go ahead and explore that. Now guys, in the world of NFTs and in the world of DJ, we have some update, and that is regarding a legendary DJ called Steve Aoki. And he's going ahead and releasing his NFTs on Stepn app, and we'll definitely go ahead and discuss that. And look guys, he's openly said since the past few years that he's made more money in NFTs than his entire DJ career combined. And this guy shows the power of NFTs, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and look at that news. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee a Day podcast, I'm going to be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, has to do with Ripple. And the news is that XRP Healthcare is taking Ripple's lead with expansion to Dubai and Middle East. And to be honest guys, Ripple did have a massive event called as Ripple Swell, and this event was taking place since the last few days. Now mind you guys, this was a paid event, but at this paid event they went ahead and announced this news. So definitely positive news for Ripple and XRP, but also in the healthcare industry. And guys, the second news is all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And to be honest guys, this is massive news, which is a partnership with Saudi Arabia's NEOM, and they have actually partnered with Amnico Brands, and they're eyeing a $50 million deal. Now it's going to be really interesting to see what kind of an impact this has on the price of cryptocurrencies that are connected to Metaverse, so we'll definitely go ahead and explore that. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, so let's kick start with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and Metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. They'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain, and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain, and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE, and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE, and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee a Day aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE, and Middle East region. Now, before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast, and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red, and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, listen, guys, there are 3 things I'm absolutely passionate about. One is death metal, ice cold beer, and the third one is extreme sports, and that is Tough Mudder. And Tough Mudder, guys, is a series of obstacle and mud runs that'll push your physical and mental limits without the pressure of competition. It's essentially a community that is built on teamwork and overcoming obstacles, where stepping outside of your comfort zone is the actual reward. And my big question is, guys, when was the last time you did something wild for the very first time? Now listen, guys, Tough Mudder Arabia has a formidable team, and Tough Mudder Arabia, guys, is putting across a series of events this year and next year. And if you're someone who's in Dubai, there are 2 days of back-to-back Tough Mudder events as well that takes place on the 11th and the 12th of November at the iconic Jebel Ali race. Now listen, guys, there are different distances as well. You have 5 kilometer, you have 10 kilometer, and you also have Tough Mudder for kids as well. Now, so far as the Tough Mudder 5K is concerned, it's featuring 13 of the famous teamwork-inspired obstacles crammed into 5K course, and so far as 10K is concerned, it has 20 of the world's famous obstacles to tackle. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the Instagram of Tough Mudder, give them a follow, and listen, guys, if you do want to score a discount, the discount is RACE15, and the link for the discount is in the show notes below. I hope I get to see you there, guys, because to be honest, on the 11th and 12th, it's going to be my 25th and the 26th Tough Mudder, and one of my goals is to do 100 Tough Mudder, which hopefully might happen in the next few years. So look at the show notes below and get yourself registered, and hopefully see you at the event. Next, Startup OR is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since they've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, as of today, guys, the 31st of October, the global cryptocurrency market is at $1.27 trillion. And since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.20%. The total cryptocurrency market volume over the last 24 hours, guys, is at $38.76 billion. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 58.41%. Now, mind you, guys, since the last 24 hours, it has only picked up pace is because yesterday when I looked at these numbers, it was technically Sunday in most of the Western countries. Now, because of that, it shows an increase of 50-odd%. But let's say if you were to look at these numbers as per Western time, I'm pretty much sure the numbers would not mean much a lot. Now, so far as the DeFi volume is concerned, unfortunately, guys, it is below the $4 billion mark. And as of today, it is at $3.59 billion. And DeFi is accounting for 9.25% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And as of today, the total value locked is $41.68 billion, with Lido still dominating so far as total value locked is concerned at $15.97 billion. And guys, the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance as of 31st of October is at 17.55%. Now listen, guys, this number will drastically change on a Wednesday as per Gulf Standard Time, and I'm really curious to find out why is it that these numbers usually change on Wednesdays or Tuesdays in Western Standard Time. I still find it a massive anomaly, and this trend is something which I've been observing only since the last 3 months. Prior to that, decentralized to centralized exchange dominance used to pick up pace on a Sunday or early hours on Monday in Gulf Standard Time, so I really need to understand what is it that is going on either on Tuesdays in Western countries or Wednesdays in the early morning hours in Gulf Standard Time. A massive anomaly, to be honest. Now let's quickly run through the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchanges, because Uniswap is at $588.76 million. And once again, guys, these numbers will drastically change tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if it crosses the $1 billion mark. Now, could it be possible that a lot of centralized exchanges are doing transactions with decentralized exchange on a Tuesday? Most likely, yes, but it's definitely worth investigating and looking into. Now, the number second so far as decentralized exchange volume is concerned is PancakeSwap, and its volume is $218.64 million. The third one is Mavic Protocol at $80.31 million. Thorchain is at number 4th with $65.13 million, and Core Finance at $55.87 million. Now, guys, let's quickly run through the volume of stablecoins. it is at $38.84 billion. And later on, guys, we'll go ahead and discuss some massive news regarding UK stablecoin regulations. And I'm pretty much sure, probably in the next 3 to 5 years, stablecoins will definitely go mainstream. But one of my biggest questions is, how does stablecoin actually work with central bank digital currencies? Because to be honest, why would you want to use stablecoins when you have central bank digital currencies? Now, so far as the volume of stablecoin is concerned, it is accounting for 89.88% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And so far stablecoin volume is concerned, it is no surprise that Tether USDT is leading the pack with $28.39 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $3.93 billion and Binance BUSD at $493 million. Now guys, let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, Bitcoin's dominance is definitely picking up pace, and as of today it is at 52.80%. To be honest, guys, even this dominance of 52.80% might be the highest since probably 2018. So it looks like a lot of interest is definitely geared towards Bitcoin, and the answer is pretty simple, guys. That is because of Bitcoin spot ETF news, and that is solely driven because of BlackRock, isn't it? Now, unfortunately, the dominance of Ethereum has gone down, and as of today, it is only at 17%. Now, if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, it is at $672 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $216 billion. I'm really curious to check when Jerome Powell announces the interest rate hike, what the market cap of Bitcoin would be. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if the market cap of Bitcoin either goes below the $650 billion mark or it crosses the $700 billion mark. Both are extreme cases, but most likely that is what I feel might happen. Now, unfortunately, Ethereum's market cap is not moving a lot. It is stuck at $216 billion, and if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, clearly a lot of interest is driven towards Bitcoin, and its 24-hour trading volume is $17.2 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $7.5 billion. Now guys, in today's episode, let me quickly run through decentralized apps that are currently working on centralized blockchain, that is Solana. So what I'm going to be reading out is the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to decentralized app smart contract over a period of time, and most likely, guys, via dappradar.com, that is 24 hours. So the first number is more in terms of dollar amount, and I'm going to be comparing this with the number of unique active wallets interacting or performing transactions with decentralized app smart contract over a period of time. And this, guys, is an actual number, and it's so important to note that this number of unique active wallet interactions does not actually represent the number of people using the decentralized apps, but what it means is that there are so many smart contracts, and in these smart contracts there are hundreds, if not thousands of people going ahead and using decentralized apps. Now let's quickly look at the top 5 decentralized apps working on Solana, and the first one, guys, is Sharky. In terms of dollar amount, it is $9.36 million, and the number of unique active wallets interacting or performing transaction with decentralized app smart contract for Sharky is 920. Ridiculously low numbers, isn't it? The second one, guys, is Marinate Finance. In terms of dollar amount, it is $5.8 million. And guys, last week in my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast, I did talk about news regarding Marinate Finance, where they decided to go out and leave United Kingdom, and that is because of strict regulation by Financial Conduct Authority. And guys, listen, as I mentioned earlier, UK, Andrew Bailey, and the governor of the Bank of England are definitely not massive fans of cryptocurrencies, but they're definitely massive advocates of stablecoins, and they're going to use regulations to kick out cryptocurrencies, DeFi, or anything to do with cryptocurrencies, so they can go out and aggressively push stablecoins and maybe even central bank digital currencies. Now, regarding Marinate Finance, so far as the wallet interaction is concerned, it is only 26. And guys, listen, it's so important to note that this does not mean that there are only 26 people using it. Rather, it means that there are 26 smart contracts, and in these smart contracts, there might be hundreds, if not thousands, of people using Marinate Finance. The third decentralized app, guys, on Solana is Solend, and in terms of dollar amount, it is 588,000. And in terms of unique active wallet interactions, it is 235. The fourth one, guys, is Saber. In terms of dollar amount, it is 588,000. In terms of unique active wallet interactions, it is 903. And finally, guys, Dogecoin Flip. In terms of dollar amount, it is 408,000. And in terms of wallet interactions, it is 204. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, let me run through a protocol called as Celo, because they're definitely in the top 200, and I'm going to go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion on what Celo is. And the ticker symbol, guys, for Celo is CELO. That is C for Charlie, E for Elephant, L for Larry, and O for Orange. So let me go ahead and very briefly explain what Celo is, because Celo, guys, is a blockchain platform that opens to anyone with a mobile phone, and it has its own digital asset called a Celo, and stablecoins like CUSD and CEuro or CEUR. And these digital assets, guys, can be used for various transactions and financial activities. And Celo was founded by René Rainsberg and Marek Solzhenitsyn and Seed Kamvar in 2017. Now, some of the unique features, guys, of Celo is that they are carbon negative, they have financial inclusions, they also focus on interoperability, and they have something called as regenerative finance, and they claim to be mobile friendly. So let me very briefly run through some of these points, because so far as carbon negative is concerned, Celo is claiming that it is one of the first blockchain network that is considered carbon negative, meaning it has a positive impact on the environment by using little energy compared to traditional blockchain. And you can always think of the energy consumption that Bitcoin blockchain or Bitcoin miners tend to use, isn't it? Now, so far as financial inclusion is concerned, Celo focuses on making financial services available to everyone, especially through mobile phones. And so far as interoperability is concerned, Celo is claiming that they can work with other blockchains and financial systems, making it more flexible and connected. And so far as regenerative finance is concerned, which they're claiming to be one of the unique features, it states that Celo supports initiatives that aim to have a positive impact on the environment while providing financial services. And guys, so far as mobile-friendly services is concerned, it is designed to work well on smartphones, at the same time making it accessible for a wide range of users. And so far as the security is concerned, it's important to know that Celo is secure through a system called a proof of stake. This means, guys, that people who hold Celo coins can use them to help secure the network, and they can also vote on changes on the network and interact with applications that are built on Celo. So what are your thoughts, guys? To be honest, I haven't heard about this thing at all, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing completely disappears, let's say in less than 2 years. So essentially, in summary, guys, Celo is a special kind of digital platform that helps people use money and financial services using their mobile games. And one of the features is that they boast is good for the environment, easy to use on smartphones, and gives people more control over how the platform works. And the platform has its own token called a Celo, which can be used to make systems secure. And people who own Celo coins can also have a say in how the platform works. So what are your thoughts, guys? Me personally, I'm definitely not a fan of it. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin, guys, is $34,476. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.53%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 7.21%. Ethereum, guys, has finally crossed the $1,800 mark. As of now, 31st of October, it is at $1,809. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.24%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 4.43%. Binance BNB coin, guys, is at $228. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.25%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 1.46%. Now look, guys, from United Kingdom, there is a massive update, and that is to do with UK stablecoin regulations, and the UK government has issued an updated plan for regulating fiat-backed stablecoins, and this document, guys, was released on the 30th of October, and if you want to read through the report is in the show notes below. And guys, the document focuses on promoting and overseeing the utilization of fiat-backed stablecoins within the UK payments network, and the report, guys, is called as Update on Plans for Regulations of Fiat-Backed Stablecoins. And guys, listen, it's really important to know that based on the report, that non-fiat-backed stablecoins, including algorithmically stablecoins, will not be allowed into regulated payment chains. Now let me go ahead and give out some more bits and pieces of information regarding UK government's plan to regulate fiat-backed stablecoins. Because listen, guys, the UK government is aggressively taking steps to regulate stablecoins, which are essentially digital currencies, isn't it? And they are designed to maintain a stable value by being backed by traditional fiat currencies, like say the US dollar or euros or even pound sterling. And the document that is published is clearly outlining the intentions and plans for regulations of stablecoins, and the document clearly states that the UK Treasury aims to introduce specific legislations related to stablecoins to the Parliament in 2024. And guys, this legislation will bring the regulation of fiat-backed stablecoins under the authority of Financial Conduct Authority or FCA. And guys, the FCA will be responsible for overseeing and regulating these stablecoins to ensure that they comply with UK financial standards and regulations. And look guys, since the past few months I've been aggressively covering news regarding FCA and what kind of an impact does it have on cryptocurrencies. Binance has decided to withdraw from UK, and that was because of aggressive rules by FCA. And earlier on I also mentioned about Marinade Finance, which was one of the biggest DeFi platforms for Solana, and even they decided to stop serving customers in UK. And look guys, regulations are great as long as they support innovations, but looks like these regulations are definitely hindering the growth of cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Now, so far as this report regarding stablecoins is concerned, it clearly states that the Treasury is exploring the concept of local companies acting as arrangers of payments, and these companies will have the responsibility of ensuring that foreign stablecoins meet the local regulatory standards. And so far as non-fiat-backed stablecoins is concerned, as I mentioned earlier guys, the document does make it extremely clear that non-fiat-backed stablecoins, such as algorithmically backed stablecoins, will not be permitted within the regulated payment systems, and these type of stablecoins will not be banned, but they will remain unregulated, and their transactions will be subject to similar requirements as other unbacked cryptocurrencies. And so far as reserve funds for standard stablecoins is concerned, what the report states is that for stablecoins backed by traditional fiat currencies, the Financial Conduct Authority will require the issuers to hold all reserve funds in a statutory trust, and the trust terms and conditions will be specified by Financial Conduct Authority, including provisions for redemptions in case the issuing company faces financial difficulties. Now guys, all things being said, what I really liked is the legal procedures for failures, and in the report it actually states that in the event that a UK-based stablecoin issuer encounters financial problems, the document clearly specifies that the procedures under the Insolvency Act of 1986 will be applicable. And guys, regarding legal framework, they have some really crucial information, and what the report states is that the basis for these regulations is the Financial Services and Markets Act, also called as SFMA of 2023, which passed in the House of Lords in June of 2023 this year. And this law, guys, provides the UK Treasury, the Bank of England, and the Financial Conduct Authority with the legal authority to regulate cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, and related financial activities. So essentially, guys, in summary, the UK government is aggressively working on a comprehensive framework to ensure that stablecoins, especially those backed by traditional currencies, are used securely and in compliance with local financial regulations, while allowing for innovation and flexibility in rapidly evolving cryptocurrency space. And this regulatory effort aims to strike a balance between promoting financial innovation and safeguarding the stability and integrity of the financial system. Now, what are your thoughts, guys? Me personally, I'm not a massive fan of stable coins, because look guys, stablecoin issuers are just replacing the role of a bank, and all of your stablecoin transactions can be censored if needed. So definitely not a positive news in my opinion. Now guys, let's discuss some massive news, and this is to do with Bitcoin Spot ETF and VanEck, which is a massive giant so far as asset management is concerned. They have submitted a revised application for Bitcoin Spot ETF to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, and the filing, guys, was just done a few days ago on the 27th of October, and they actually introduced an innovative method for initiating the fund by providing a block of 50,000 shares for a proposed ETF. And to be honest, guys, one notable aspect of VanEck's amended filing is the revelation that an unnamed seed capital investor acquired seed creation baskets for VanEck Bitcoin Trust in October, and these seed creation, guys, consist of 50,000 shares of proposed ETF, and they were bought using Bitcoin. Now listen guys, this amendment, I'm pretty much sure, is very carefully thought of, and I'm really curious to check what kind of an impact does it have regarding the approval of Bitcoin Spot ETF is concerned. Now it's also important to note, guys, that the US Securities and Exchange Commission is currently deliberating on multiple ETF proposals from BlackRock, Invesco US, Bitwise, VanEck, and Valkyrie. Now if you want my honest opinion, guys, I do not see a Bitcoin Spot ETF being approved until and unless there is a left-wing administration in charge once the US election takes place, and if we do have a Republican president, only then I do feel that a Bitcoin Spot ETF will be approved. And according to me, I wouldn't be surprised if a Bitcoin Spot ETF gets approved, most likely by 2025. These are my thoughts, guys. Now guys, let's discuss a massive matrix which has to do with Bitcoin transactions. And look, guys, there is massive interest regarding Bitcoin only because of the Bitcoin spot ETF news. And what has happened is that Bitcoin transactions have reached a new milestone, and the number of transactions over 100,000 on Bitcoin blockchain rose to a new year-to-date last week. And guys, last week the Bitcoin blockchain saw a year-to-date peak in the number of transactions involving amount of at least $100,000, and the number of transactions were actually more than 23,400. And if you do want to find out more information, guys, this information was actually published via a newsletter by a blockchain analytical company called Into the Blocks. Now you need to go and subscribe to it. And in that newsletter, they actually stated that transactions over $100,000 had previously spiked in June of this year, and that was after BlackRock's ETF filing, and have now surpassed that level as Bitcoin sets a new year highs. Now look, guys, one of the reasons why there is so much hype regarding Bitcoin is because of three things. The first one is, needless to say, because of BlackRock getting into the Bitcoin spot ETF game. The second one, guys, and probably the most important one, is the Bitcoin halving, which is scheduled to take place next year. And the third one, guys, is to do with US election. And to be honest, guys, because of the US election, there's so much of drama going on. And what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, listen to my episode that I released a few months ago. I very specifically remember every year there is a US election. A year prior to that, more specifically in the final quarter of year prior to the election, there is always some drama, and it's no surprise that there is drama unfolded between Israel and Palestine. And that is unfortunately the danger games of politics. Now, so far as the price of Bitcoin is concerned, I'm pretty much sure the news regarding US election will directly or indirectly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So the big question, guys, is so far as the price of Bitcoin, so far as the transaction of Bitcoin is concerned, what should ideally Bitcoin be used for? Should they be used as a store of value, or should they be used as the medium of exchange? Mention your thoughts in comments in the comment section below. Now, guys, let's discuss some news regarding NFTs. And to be honest, guys, in 2023, news regarding NFTs have definitely died down, isn't it? Now, this news is definitely positive, not just in the world of NFTs, but also in the world of fitness as well. And the news essentially is that prominent DJ and NFT creator Steve Aoki has collaborated with Stepn for digital sneakers that let owners on crypto buy moving. Now listen, guys, so far as Stepn is concerned, they definitely did make quite a lot of buzz few years ago, but unfortunately the project has completely died down, I believe. And this app was originally developed by Find Satoshi Lab, which is essentially a move to earn game where users buy NFT sneakers, connect them to their phone, and earn rewards by walking, jogging, and running as well. Now, what the company claims is that they have more than 2 million active users, and they have already registered for Stepn. Now, Steve Aoki getting into the game definitely brings them in the news somewhat a bit, and he also has his own Stepn collection that will actually include 300 collaborative sneakers available in 4 designs, that is walkers, jogger, runner, and trainer. And Stepn, guys, will release 60 editions of each NFT design via the MOOAR marketplace from October 31st to November 4th, and they are priced at 3,500 GMT, which is roughly around $695. To be honest, guys, I'm not a fan of this, but I'm pretty much sure they're definitely using it as a marketing tool. And so far as this news is concerned, another 60 NFTs from the collection will be distributed to his fan community, bringing the total number of collectible digital kicks to 300 NFT editions. So those were the news, guys, regarding crypto and coffee at 8. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is to do with Ripple. And the news essentially is that XRP's healthcare takes Ripple's lead, the expansion into Dubai and Middle East. So let me go ahead and give us some more bits and pieces of information. And this news, guys, is actually published by streetinsider.com. The news essentially is XRP Healthcare, which is a healthcare platform on XRP Ledger, and they are expanding into Dubai and Middle East. And this expansion, guys, mirrors Ripple Labs' growth and coincides with growing blockchain and crypto adoption in the region. And XRP Healthcare is drawn to Middle East progressive blockchain and crypto regulations. And guys, the expansion aims to leverage blockchain and healthcare, legislations, investments, and partnership. And it is a long-term project with plans of extending to 2027, focusing on healthcare sector's consolidation. And XRP Healthcare, guys, is particularly targeting Africa as a starting point for consolidation. And the company is incorporated, called as XRP Healthcare LLC in Dubai for accelerated growth. And founder Kane Rooms highlights the convergence of healthcare and blockchain in the Middle East. And Dubai, guys, as we know, is known for its forward-thinking approach to business and innovation, isn't it? And so far as news regarding XRP Healthcare is concerned, They're specializing in mergers and acquisition and emphasizes transparency, security, and efficiency. And the company is also aiming to redefine healthcare mergers and acquisitions with data integrity and privacy. And XRP Healthcare guys will collaborate with local healthcare professionals, businesses, and investors in Dubai and the Middle East. And guys, a partnership with Bonrati Investment Group positions XRP Healthcare for an eventual IPO, and the company's long-term vision is to have a significant impact on global healthcare experiences. And Gaza focuses on merging healthcare facilities and practices to enhance transparency and efficiency, and blockchain technology plays a crucial role in reshaping healthcare services. And Gaza's expansion into Dubai and Middle East demonstrates a commitment to innovation and growth. And so far, XRP Healthcare is concerned, XRP Healthcare's mission is to create a brighter future for healthcare through mergers, acquisitions, and blockchain innovation. And all this thing being said, guys, it's really important to note that Ripple or XRP, they don't use blockchain, they use a completely different centralized software, and unfortunately it has absolutely nothing to do with blockchain technology. Now guys, let's discuss second news, and this news, guys, to be honest, is a massive deal, and it has to do with Neom, it has to do with Amnico brands, it has to do with Metaverse as well. And the news essentially is that Saudi Arabia's Neom partners with Amnico brands, and they are eyeing a $50 million deal. So let me go ahead and break down what this news is all about, because the partnership, guys, aims to potentially secure a multi-million-dollar deal, and Neom Investment Fund is considering investing up to $50 million in Amnico brands, and of this amount, $25 million will be used to issue convertible notes at a conversion cap of $4.50, which is roughly around $2.50 per share, and the remaining $25 million will be used to buy Amnico shares on a secondary market. And Amnico brands, guys, will develop Web3 solutions with global commercial applicability as part of its partnership, and these solutions, guys, will support technology advancements in Riyadh and Neom regions in Saudi Arabia, and a Web3 hub will also be established in Neom, which is a futuristic city with a projected value of $500 billion. Now look, guys, go to YouTube and just type in Neom. To be honest, it is the most futuristic city in the world, and Neom, guys, is planned to cover 263,000 hectares in the northwest of Saudi Arabia. And Neom CEO, that is Majid Mufti, believes the Web3 technology will be a crucial foundation for Neom's tech stack and architecture, and it also has the potential of revolutionizing global industries. And Amnico Brands co-founder Yatsiu also sees Neom as a region poised to fully harness the power of blockchain, and it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what kind of an impact will it have so far as cryptocurrencies and blockchains that are connected to Amnico Brands, as most of them are connected to Metaverse as well. And Amnico Brands, guys, plans to establish a Web3 hub in Neom, and this partnership follows Neom's investment subsidiary, including Amnico Brands, and its investment list, and the goal is to establish business and create a thriving economy within Neom as well. And Neom, guys, as you know, is a futuristic smart city with a $500 billion valuation, and it is being built from the scratch in the desert bordering the Red Sea, and significant progress has already been done in constructing Neom, and it is expected to be ready by 2030. And guys, Neom will feature floating industrial complex, enterprise hubs, tourist areas, and sport ventures as part of its development, and Amnico Brands partnering with them will definitely be a massive deal. So those were the news, guys, from Crypto and Coffee Date from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and guys, also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And for the next few minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Billu who asks, can the price of Bitcoin go to $1 million? As he's seeing so many posts claiming once Bitcoin spot ETF is approved, the price will reach $1 million. Now look, Billu and guys, I never give out any price predictions and do not take the advice as any financial information. and do your own research. Now look below, so far as price prediction is concerned, I've said this so many times, all price predictions are 100% right, 50% of the time. To answer your question, can the price of Bitcoin go to $1 million? To be honest, below, I really am not sure. Some people also say $10 million. There was a crazy podcast by What Bitcoin Did, where I believe he was stating that the price of Bitcoin will be roughly around $200 million or something. All of these price predictions, unfortunately, have never turned out to be true. I very specifically remember John McAfee. He did actually state that by 2020, the price of Bitcoin will touch $1 million, and if it does not, he was willing to eat one of his private parts live on TV. And to be honest, the price was nowhere even 1/10 of what it was at that point of time, so all price predictions never turn out to be true. There is also Catherine from Ark Investment, who has said some crazy numbers regarding the price of Bitcoin. Unfortunately, Billy, you need to understand, when you talk about price predictions, a lot of the early adopters, multi-billionaire celebrities and investors, they already have acquired a lot of Bitcoin, and because Bitcoin has limited supply, and because there is no central entity involved, what they want to do is they want to artificially create the demand for Bitcoin, and the answer is pretty simple. Because their followers will believe what they are saying, they will go out and acquire more Bitcoin, and in doing so, the price of Bitcoin increases, which eventually means that the multi-billionaires become even more richer. The celebrities, early adopters who have already acquired Bitcoin, their net worth in Bitcoin will increase even more. So to answer your question, no, I don't think that the price of Bitcoin could reach $1 million. It will just be absolutely stupid if it actually does do that. Because listen, if it does happen, unfortunately it will be the early adopters, celebrities and multi-billionaires who will be benefited the most. What about people in Africa, India or underdeveloping nations? What happens to Bitcoin for them? Now again, what a lot of these celebrities and influencers and multi-billionaires would say is that you can still acquire a part of your Bitcoin, and the whole idea is that they want people to go out and buy more Bitcoin, because in doing that the price of Bitcoin will increase and their existing net worth and Bitcoin will increase. Unfortunately, rather than focusing on the price, what I'd really recommend you to do is try to understand what the technology is. And on YouTube, Andreas Antonopoulos has, if not some of the best videos explaining some of the features of Bitcoin, and as a matter of fact, he does have one video where he actually states, forget about the price of Bitcoin and try to understand what kind of a movement Bitcoin is trying to bring, that is separation of money and the state. So those are my thoughts regarding that below, and unfortunately it is not the answer that you're looking at, and none of the information that I'm giving is financial advice. So that's about all, guys. From the Ask Me Anything series from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Stepn Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And how the series of episodes under Stepn Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening and have a nice one. Bye-bye.